You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Radio Show, only on Financial News and Talk. Now live in studio, your host, local and national real estate expert and consumer advocate, Ron Siegel.
And hello again. Welcome to Ron Siegel Radio. This is the show with no real boundaries as we discuss current events, financial markets, politics, sports, even poking fun at the rest of the media. This is the show that connects the dots of confusion delivered by conflicting media reports. We connect the dots so you know the actions you can take, how your family or business can benefit from current events. Most of all, thank you for joining me. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day. A very focused show. We only chat about items that affect the roof over your head, your bank account, and anything I feel would benefit you. And let me remind you, if you ever have any home or finance-related questions, I am the consumer advocate looking out for you, and you can reach out to me directly, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. Just remember, that's the number you call anytime for assistance. When you call that number, it comes directly to me first. There are operators standing by.
Quiet, numbskulls, I'm broadcasting.
Although I do have a great team when it comes to developing a financing plan, a plan to save you money, I personally work with you. Even if you don't have any needs today, save this number in your phone for future reference, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. And, of course, we celebrate every day, but on these days, sometimes it gets a little confusing because if you are watching us recording live, and we hope you are, we appreciate you. All you have to do is go to StreamYard.com/Facebook, and you can actually comment. You give us an authorization to know who you are, and you can make comments in there. And we understand that the broadcast is then played with our friends at Go Country 105 Sunday morning, 7 a.m. Why does it get confusing? Because, well, we got to tell you, we're celebrating Sunday morning right here on Go Country. So today is National Pigs in a Blanket Day. I love pigs in a blanket. Get a good kosher hot dog wrapped in a good blanket. Little Gouldens deli mustard on there. Oh, sounding good. You know, you can't go wrong with those things. Pigs in a blanket. I've had some recently with, they put some Polish sausage in there. That's a good one too. And National Pet Parents Day. Did I tell you I got a new dog recently? So my kids are older. They're out of the house now. So we've got a new Aussie Doodle. Kind of love the Aussie Doodle. Now, I'm not a big fan of folks that think their dog is a person. So our dog, she's got her place. We've got a great trainer. He actually used to be in the Marines and trained pets in the Marines as well. But, she's I think she's 10 weeks old right now. So she's all puppy, getting into everything. Got her almost trained not to bite us as much as she did, although she is teething. Great little dog. Tried to figure out what the name was. We did put a poll out there for the name. I know she's going through an identity crisis right now, so we are calling her Lola. So, well, maybe does that make me a pet parent going this far? I mean, how many people put out to 100,000 people or 150,000 people that we have on our social channels and the thousands and thousands of people on our radio stations a poll asking about what name we should use for our dog? A little cute Aussie Doodle, black and white. I digress. I better get off this subject. So it is National Pet Parents Day. So you got to look at what the markets are doing a little bit. No, we're not looking at the full market. What we're looking at is the mortgage market. And I don't know if we want to look at this or we want to talk about it, but we need to. So the mortgage market right now, one of the things that we're really looking at is what's been happening with interest rates. And if we go back to January 3rd, which unfortunately we can't get your rates back as of January 3rd, but the 30-year conforming loan is at 3.409. 3.409 was the conforming 30-year fixed rate loan. Now, where do I get this data? This is actually coming from OBMMI. They provide the most comprehensive, accurate, timely, and interactive analysis of pricing ever conducted in the mortgage industry, calculated from actual locked rates with consumers across 35% of all mortgage transactions nationwide. January 3rd, 3.409. Yesterday, 5.344. Basically 2 points up on the interest rate in a very, very short period of time. So here's the issue is, what is that doing to you? If you're thinking about buying a house, that's going to have a very, very significant impact on what you can afford. So we're going to get into that a bit later in the broadcast. But what I want to talk to you about is there are tools that you can use out there. And we have all kinds of tools. We give away more stuff than anybody, I think. Obviously, it's my opinion. I can't give anybody else's opinion. But if you want to take a look and check out some of the tools that we're giving away to help you be able to qualify for a new home. First off, if you're thinking about buying, get a hold of our home buyer's guide. We come out with a new one every quarter. rsrhbg.com. rsrhbg.com. You can go and get that guide, and it's going to give you a lot of great information on buying a house. Now, we came out with it a little bit before these interest rates started spiking the way they are. So it's not all of the data is not in there. But should you have a problem, so here's the issue. One of the tools that we're using right now is buying down the interest rates. You can actually increase your purchase price by buying down the interest rate. And it's basically a 3-to-1. So if you increase your purchase price by $50,000 and use a third of that to buy down the interest rate, yeah, the seller's going to be happy because you're going to say, I'm going to give you an extra $50,000 on the purchase price, but I need you to contribute about a third of that, $17,000, to helping me be able to afford that. So they're getting, what is that, $33,000 extra? Good trade-off. Just throw that out there for you. Good trade-off. So that is one of the tools. Now, what happens when you increase that purchase price? Maybe you're going to have a problem with the appraisal. But you are a listener of Ron Siegel Radio, so you understand that we've got solutions here. rsrappraisalgap.com. rsrappraisalgap.com. So you can take a look at that tool, and that'll actually give you an idea as to how we deal with an appraisal gap. Now, if you're putting down the absolute minimum, 3%, 3.5%, this doesn't work in those scenarios. But if you're putting down some money, if you've got a down payment that you're working on, you can actually go to the tool and look at rsrappraisalgap.com, and that's going to show you how we deal with an appraisal gap. Now, the reason I say you can't be doing it with the very minimum amount of money is because what you're really doing is you're taking and saying, okay, here's what I want. I need to come up with about, on a $50,000 gap, you're going to need about $5,000. Your payment will stay the same as that lower payment that we already talked about. But we're going to use a higher, and this is getting really technical, we're going to use a higher loan to value, which may or may not require a little bit of extra cash. A little bit of extra cash to come out and close that loan. We understand how to do these things. So we want to just make sure that you have those tools, those options at your disposal. So get a copy of the Home Buyer's Guide if you're shopping, rsrhbg.com. Take a look at our Appraisal Gap program, rsrappraisalgap.com, and schedule a consultation with our team to understand how this may affect you, how this may benefit you. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate current events and the financial markets. When we come back, we got a lot to chat with you about today. How to approach rising mortgage rates as a buyer, and what's going on, real estate, rates, recession, all that and more. You can reach us anytime. Our off-air number, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990 or ronsiegelradio.com. Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube. Ron Siegel, the numeral 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.